Hello everyone. Today I read a book about the art of problem solving by Paul Gage, a mathematician, and I found very interesting. Like I'm going to tell about the main theme. Yeah, it's from the book, but uh, I want to like convey you what is problem solving, how to solve problems, way of solving problems, different analogies to show you how to solve problem. First, introduction for a problem. Here, the author says a good problem is mysterious and interesting. It's mysterious because at first you don't know how to solve it. If it is not interesting, you won't think about it much. If it is interesting, though it's hard, you will want to put a lot of time and effort into understanding it. That's the definition of good problem that author wants to convey. And the second question, why and what happens to inexperienced problem solver? Yeah, it's common. I also feel it, and I want to convey it. The author wants to convey it. If you are an inexperienced problem solver, you may often give up quickly. Yeah, I also give up quickly. This happens for several reasons. Let's deep dive into what are the reasons that we often give up quickly. You may just not know how to begin. Yeah, that's number one. You may make some initial progress, but then cannot proceed further. Yeah, it's pretty decent line that I also agree because we jiggle our mind, but we do not know how to proceed further. And the next step is you try a few things, nothing works, so you give up. Yeah, that's hard. We try various things, various tactics, nothing works, and we give up on third step. And how experienced solver in contrast will solve problem. Let's deep dive into it. An experienced problem solver in contrast is rarely at a loss for how to begin investigating a problem. The experienced problem solver will know how to begin it. The inexperienced one will not know how to begin investigating a problem. He or she, the experienced solver, confidently tries a number of approaches to get started. If you are lazy, then this might not be confined to to you, because it says he or she confidently, like the experienced problem solver confidently tries a number of approaches. Like trying is the key. This may not solve the problem, but some progress is made. Then and uh, then more specific techniques come into play. Eventually, at least some of the time, the problem is resolved. In summary, an experienced problem solver know how to investigate. They try different methods, and they know specific techniques, they apply it. But if they don't know the specific techniques, then also they will be daunting the problem inner and outer, and eventually after some time they will figure out and solve the problem. And next is how the experienced solver operates on three different levels. The book author, the Paul J. mathematician, states that the problem solver operates on three different levels. First one is strategy, yeah, and tactics and tools. What do author mean by strategy? The author says the standard definition of three different levels may vary, but according to him, what's the definition? What's the point of strategy? The strategy in mathematical problem solving is mathematical and psychological ideas for starting and pursuing problems. It's the strategy. And then after strategy, the tactics will be applied, and the tactics by author means diverse, like different mathematical methods that work in different settings. The experienced problem solver know which methods we must apply in one setting, and which will be applied in another setting, and different diverse mathematical methods will be employed in different settings. And the third step is tools. If you do not have tools, then how will you we need tools. Tools help us, the tools will make our work easy. The tools by the author means narrowly focused technique and tricks for the specific situation, like tricks. Tools make our work easier. Yeah, it's just work like the tools is just like tricks in mathematics. The author want to convey, and the three levels of problem solving. Some branches of mathematics may have very long histories with many standard symbols and words. Problem solving is not one of them. We use the terms strategy, tactics, and tools to denote three different levels of problem solving. Since these are not standard definitions, it is important that we understand exactly what they mean. The definition that I gave of strategy, tactics, and tools may vary. The standard definition may vary, but the point of understanding is we have to understand exactly what they mean in achieving the mathematical problem solving. And the author wants to convey a mountaineering analogy. He says, you are standing at the base of mountain hoping to climb to the summit. Your first stage may be to take several small trips to various easier peaks nearby so as to observe the target mountain from different angles to see the mountain various side the various sides of mountain. We have to like first climb in the small mountains that will surround the big mountain, so that we may like we can come with a strategy where there is obstacles and where there ain't. After this, you may consider a somewhat more focused strategy, perhaps to try climbing the mountain via a particular ridge. Yeah, the author states in his book that if we climbed the smaller mountains that surround the big mountains, we may have a hint of particular routes that we can pursue to make our climbing easier. Like we do not have to go through the obstacle. Now the tactical consideration begin. Now the consideration of tactics begin. How to actually achieve the chosen strategy. Yeah, for example, suppose that strategy suggests climbing the south ridge of the peak, but there are snowfields and rivers in our path. Different tactics are needed to negotiate each of these obstacles. For the snowfield, our tactic may to travel in the morning while the snow is hard. For the river, our tactic may be scouting the banks for the safest crossing. When summarizing two like strategy and tactics in mountaineering analogy, the author says that first we have to climb to small mountains to get a various peaks or sides of the big mountain, and second, and we have to find the particular ridge, the particular way of climbing the biggest mountain. Then we must consider what obstacles are there. Then the tactics is applied. First strategy, then tactics. The tactics is whatever obstacle is in our way, we have to like be prepared. That's the tactics. And finally we move to tools. Finally, we move on to the most tightly focused level, that of tools, specific techniques to accomplish specialized tasks. For example, to cross the snowfield, we may set up a particular system of ropes for safety and walk with ice access. The river crossing may require the party to strip from the waist down and hold hands for balance. These are all tools. They are very specific. You would never summarize. To climb the mountain, we had to take our pants off and hold hands because this was a minor, though essential, component of the entire climb. On the other hand, strategic and sometimes tactical ideas are often described in your summary. We decided to reach the summit via the south ridge and had to cross a difficult snowfield and a dangerous river to get to the ridge. Yeah, the author says that the tools are like we describe the solver describes it in summary. We never, the tools is never justified in a clear way. They will be summarized. And what the author conveys for the last part, as we climb a mountain, we may encounter obstacles. Some of these obstacles are easy to negotiate, for they are mere exercise. For the experienced problem solver, the obstacles, the snowfields and crossing a river are very easy to negotiate. They are just like exercise, not the problem. They are just exercise. But one obstacles may present a difficult miniature problem whose solution clears the way for the entire climb. For example, the path to the summit may be easy walking, except for one 10-foot section of steep ice. Climbers call negotiating the key obstacles the crux move. We shall use this term for mathematical problems as well. A crux move may take place at the strategic, tactical, or tool level. Some problems have several crux move, many have none. Like the crux move is the biggest move. Like if you want to go outside, then the first crux move is to find a door, not like you have to go to the front through many like steep road and the ditches, rivers or whatever. But the first crux move is to just find the door that you can go outside. and the crux move depends, like they may be on various like strategies, on tools. You have to find it from mountaineering to mathematics. Now the author conveyed mountaineering analogy. Now we have to delve into how the mountaineering analogy will make our mathematics problem solving easier. Now the author says, let's approach mathematical problems with these mountaineering ideas. When confronted with a problem, you cannot immediately solve it, for otherwise it is not a problem but a mere exercise. Like this point is a very good point. When confronted with a problem, you cannot immediately solve it. Like it takes time. If it does not take time, it is just like mere exercise. Like it is just an exercise, not the problem. You must begin a process of investigation. This investigation can take many forms. One method, by no means a terrible one, is to just randomly try whatever comes in your head. If you have a fertile imagination and a good store of method and a lot time to spare, you may eventually solve the problem. However, if you are a beginner, it is best to cultivate a more organized approach. First, think strategically. Don't try immediately to solve the problem, but instead think about it on less focused level. The goal of strategic thinking is to come up with a plan that may only barely have mathematical content, but which leads to an improved situation, not unlike the mountaineer's strategy. If we get to the south ridge, it looks like we will be able to get to the summit. Strategies helps us get started and helps us to continue, but they are just vague outlines of the actual work that needs to be done. The concrete tasks to accomplish our strategic plan are done at lower level of tactic and tool. Now the text part has been finished. I will This will be on the problem solving playlist, and I will demonstrate the example conveyed by the author, and the playlist will be for the problem solving. Bye bye.